All eyes are on China after the country made a significant step in the fight against climate change. In a virtual speech delivered to the UN General Assembly last September, President Xi Jinping announced goals of peak carbon emissions by 2030 and carbon neutrality by 2060.
This is a very important dimension of the high-quality growth vision that China has been adhering to in the past 10 years or so. This is also very important for the optimization and the safety of China's energy supply.
One step at a time. To hit peak emissions within 20 years, Tang said industries and places with relevant advantages should take the lead.
Some industries that are major sources of carbon emission need to reach peak emission soon, and that some provinces or regions that has advantage in either the control of emission or the capture of carbon, they need to reach the goal ahead of the national time frame, that is 2030. Some regions that have strong advantage in the production of renewable energies that are low in emissions, such as Yunnan and Qinghai, they have a lot of energy supply in terms of hydropower, solar power, and the wind power. Then you can look at the provinces in the coastal regions. They have advantage in terms of physical resources and technological progress, and also population density. And they are also well placed to reduce the intensity of carbon emission per unit of production. We probably need to look first at some of the traditional industries that are big contributors to carbon emission. Industries such as the metal refinement, cement, steel, and so on. Given that China is transitioning into a more service-intensive industry, their growth prospect is quite limited, and so that means these industries should reach carbon peaking earlier than others, because the energy demand is not growing as fast.
That sets the bar higher for Chinese enterprises in terms of productivity and innovation. But in turn, they will also benefit from China's commitment to reducing its carbon footprint.
For enterprises, what they would need to work on is that they would need to improve the energy efficiency in their production. But that's a natural process that all firms will consider, because saving on costs is always a plus for the profitability of the firm. The other measure they could take is to increase the effort in product innovation. They can produce more products that require less energy inputs and hence emits less carbon into the atmosphere. In the long term, we can expect a lot of supply chains and value chains are moving towards the direction of low carbon emission, and hence in the future, low carbon emission would be an important advantage in terms of international competition. Chinese enterprises should embrace this opportunity to build a comparative advantage for the future.
What about foreign companies? In 2020, China overtook the US as the world's top destination for foreign direct investment. Will China's carbon promises scare them away?
I think this in general should be an opportunity for foreign firms to enter the Chinese market. The reason is that China is making a big effort to make the energy structure greener, and that means we would have a larger share of power supply and the energy supply coming from renewable sources. And therefore, by moving their production or service center to China, they can also lower their carbon footprints on the whole world.